So this is a question that I've been asked many times and will probably be asked again. Is tarot trustworthy? That's an interesting question, isn't it? Can you trust tarot? Is it trustworthy? I think tarot is as trustworthy as the person that's reading for you. Finding a reader that you trust is going to have a huge effect on how trustworthy your reading is. Because I don't think tarot is wrong. I think when tarot isn't correct, it's because we haven't read it properly. So I do think tarot is trustworthy. I think that the way we read it, though, can be very open to interpretation, which is why it's really important to find somebody that you trust and somebody with whom you resonate. Now the thing is, it's really important that we all come to our own position on this, okay? Because if you have a reading that feels wrong, it probably is wrong, because ultimately I'm a big believer in the fact we know the answer, really. We may not want to know the answer, and so because we don't trust ourselves, we need a third party to confirm it for us. But we do know, which is why when we have a reading that feels off, it is off. It is off. Now look, I've done readings for people before where I've said, okay, this is what I think is going to happen down the path, and they say, well, I just can't see any way that's going to happen. I can't see the way that's going to happen, right? Now that's fair, and when that thing has happened, it's been a little bit of a revelation. But you know what? That's not the same as it feeling off. Not knowing how something is going to happen is a different thing to feeling that a reading is just not right, doesn't resonate in some way. So they're two different things. So our intuition and our logic are two different things. So our intuition can just go, that doesn't sit with me. I just can't get with it. It feels icky in some way. And us saying, well, my logical mind can't make sense of this. That's a different thing entirely. The way we make sense of readings and the way our reader communicates the readings to us is absolutely fundamentally important, right? Which is why, again, it all comes back to who you're reading with, and finding a reader that resonates with you and can speak your language and doesn't claim that everything they say is automatically 100% correct, because we're all human. As humans, we cannot be relied on to get things right 100% of the time. And I think one of the things that frightens a lot of tarot readers is getting it wrong, because we don't want to be judged as bad tarot readers, right? But ultimately we are all human, and ultimately we don't necessarily read everything right 100% of the time, because none of us do. None of us get anything right in life 100% of the time. When I do readings, I'm always looking for ways in which the reading confirms itself. So if I'm looking on a timeline, I will look at that timeline from 2 or 3 perspectives. So I'll say, how is this person seeing things at that point? How is this person seeing things at this point? And I'll look for correlations of those 2 perspectives to see if I'm getting the same information twice, but so 2 people are in a situation and they're both seeing a similarity. So the reading confirms itself, in other words. That's how I make my peace with it. I look for confirmation within the reading itself. So I very rarely take anything just at face value in a reading. I don't think anybody should. I don't think anybody should take anything at face value. So what we're looking at doing here, we're looking at trying to make sense of something that doesn't actually make sense, right? Tarot reading doesn't make sense. logically. There is no reason why this should work. 78 pieces of cardboard shuffled and taken randomly should not work, but it does work. It works tremendously well. It is in fact quite miraculous. So when we use it properly, we can get the most amazing information out of it. Can we use it, and should we use it as a way of deciding every single thing in our lives? Absolutely not. Can we trust it 100% with our lives? Well, we have to use due diligence. I live my life through tarot. It's my personal experiment, okay? That's what I do. I use tarot as a way of navigating my life now, pretty much 100%. If something came up in a reading that I just didn't feel right about, or didn't feel was a good thing, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't slavishly follow what I felt was wrong. You see, when you use tarot properly, you can see the sense in what's being said. Even if it's not what you want, even if it's not how you would like things to play out, you can feel that it's right. Damn it. Where's my dog? Oh, there he is. Nothing in life is dead simple, is it? And people often ask me questions like, well, if I come back to you in 3 months' time, can we see if things have changed? See, that's because we want an outcome that we want. We don't like what the cards have told us. So what we want to do is we want to say, well, maybe things have changed in 3 months. So if I gave you a really positive outcome, would you also want to come back in 3 months and see if things have changed? Would you? Probably not. You would take that positive message and you would take it at face value. So I think we have to be very careful as to why we're using tarot. A lot of people come to reading looking for assurance, somebody to tell them that it's going to be all right. And of course, it will be all right. It will be all right, because you have a life to live. And whatever this challenge is, you will get through it. You will get out the other side. The picture in front of you will change and you will move on. However hard it is, you will be all right. But we don't believe it, do we? Because our fear tells us, well, maybe you won't be all right. Maybe the absolute worst will happen. We will be all right, really. Most people that come for a tarot reading are just coming because they're fearful. And can you trust what tarot tells you? The answer is, I think, yes. Can you rely on your reader 100% of the time? I think you have to use your own good sense. I think you have to use your own due diligence and use tarot as a tool to help you navigate through. Not to make you feel better. Not to look for the answer that you want it to give you. That's going to be a very difficult game to play, because sometimes it won't. Sometimes it won't give you the answer you want. But what it will do is it will give you a way through if you follow that trail, and if you ask intelligently, it will give you a way through. It will tell you what your next steps should be for the best outcome, which is brilliant. It can tell you what to prepare for and what you should be aware of. Yes, you can trust tarot, and you should also trust yourself. I think using tarot intelligently helps you trust yourself, because what happens is when you get a reading that resonates, you go, I see, I knew that really. I kind of knew the answer. That gives you an important piece of information. Not necessarily the information that came through the reading, but the information that you weren't wrong. You were right. You knew it. And actually you do know it. And that's the point. Sometimes we just need permission to know it. I once had an experience many years ago. I was doing a bit of ranting at the powers that be. I do that from time to time. I express my displeasure in what's happening. In reply, I got what was actually a channeled reply. So this voice started downloading into my head. It was very, very fast. I can't remember most of it. It made perfect sense. And it answered all of my points. And I was very suspicious about this. And quite taken aback, really, because I hadn't expected this to happen. So I said to the voice, well, who are you? Sounds crazy, isn't it? Who are you? And the voice said, why is that important? And I said, well, I want to know if this is just me. And he said, well, what if it was just you? Do you not trust yourself? I was like, ha! Sneaky, I thought. Sneaky voice you are. But it's true, isn't it? We want to know that it's somebody else. So if I tune in a reading and I contact your guides or your higher self, it is you that is giving you the information, isn't it? Or it is your energetic world. And sometimes we just don't trust that. So my thing is, trust your reader, trust yourself. Then you can trust your cards. I think that's really important. So I hope that sort of answers your question. And I hope that makes it clearer. I rather like chatting on my walks with Flynn. There he is, look. Just behind me. Where are you, Flynn? There he is. We're out. It's a really beautiful day. It's so lovely to have some spring. I don't know about you, but this grey weather really doesn't work with me at all. It's gorgeous to get out into the sunshine. So I hope that's been helpful. Do join me live on YouTube and also I think Facebook. Do join me every Tuesday for the next 6 weeks. At 7 o'clock. I'm going to see how it goes for 6 weeks. I'm not going to promise to do it in perpetuity. I'm just doing it as an experiment to see. If you can't make it but you want me to answer a question for you, do just send me a message and I will answer it, and then you can watch it later. If you would like to do that, you can do that and I'll do that. I'm drawing one card in answer to questions and I'll be talking about the cards and talking about why those cards answer that question and how they answer the question. So I'm not just going to draw cards and just do a reading and just give you my arcane knowledge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain my thinking behind each card and why that card means what it means. So if you're learning tarot, that will be quite useful to you because you'll be able to see how I'm applying the card to each thing. So I hope that's useful. I will see you there. Please like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get the notification about the live, and that will make life a lot easier. So I'll see you soon. In the meantime, bye-bye for now. Enjoy the sunshine. Bye-bye. Hello, thank you for watching our video. If you're interested in the world of tarot and would like to explore further and would like to know how to bring tarot to life so that it makes sense in the real world, I'd like to invite you to explore the Tarot Tribe. The Tarot Tribe is my personal membership, and inside you'll find a community of tarot students just like you, lots of bite-sized mini courses, a new one every month, and new spreads, demo videos, a clinic with me every month, and also discounts on readings with me once a quarter. So if you'd like to explore that, I would love to see you on the inside. Here's the link. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye for now.